Good day, everyone. So today, I will be taking on the join, so the most important chapter in your SQL journey. So in every query, in the workplace, you will be using probably requiring the join. So you have to have a good idea on the joins. So join is basically something if you are dealing with more than one table and you want to make it available in one row or something like that. So let me give an example, uh, then it will be clear. But yeah, obviously to work in this database technologies, you must have the knowledge of join. So probably we have a table of student. Let me check what was the data. So yeah, we have these students in the student database, student table. So let me create a new table called student hobby, or let it be in short st hobby table. And in student hobby table, let me give something like role teacher. What else? I can give some interest. What are the interests of the students that I can put? So let it be varchar 50. Might be hobby, might be traveling, might be cooking or something like that. So let me create that table, student hobby. So let me put some value inside this student hobby table. So insert into st hobby table, and suppose let me insert some data for Jerry. Let's say role 4 Jerry. Okay, sorry, I have done something wrong. Yeah, so for Jerry, and the hobby of Jerry is suppose traveling like me. So let me choose some other students as well. Let it be Priya, say. So Priya is having the something like cooking, say. And let me introduce some other students as well, which we cannot see here. So suppose someone roll number 50 is having something called having a interest on football, say. So let me insert these three values inside the student hobby tables. Okay, I forgot to mention values. Yeah, let me try to insert these values. Yeah, so now I have two tables with me. Select start from student. You can do the same. You can create the table by yourself. Just pause the class and you can do that. Okay, so you can insert the same value or you can insert something else as per your choice. So now I have some hobbies for the role 4, 8 and 50. Suppose all other students, the rest of the students doesn't have any hobbies. Only JD and Priya from this list have the hobbies, and someone is having role 50 is having some interest on football as well. So now, previously, when we have done something like uh, intersection or union, at that time, the tables were being added in this way. Let me draw something for you. So let's suppose this is the student table and student hobby table was being added something in this way. Suppose student hobby table has two columns, so let it be like this. So it is presented in some this way. So now if I want to just get the roll number, so roll numbers are being added, roll number has been displayed in this order. What I'm trying to mean, so let me show you. So if I write something, select roll, okay, sorry, yeah, select roll from both the tables, student and student hobby, say. And if I write something union all, so you can see all the student roles will come up first, and after that from here to here, it is these roles are coming from the student table, and these roles are coming from the student hobby table. So these are being added vertically, I will say. But I do not want that. I want to bring roll number 4 horizontally. I need it to be added. What I trying to mean? It is not that tough. Do not make it tough. So let me give the example once again. So suppose the student table is like this, having the data something like this, and hobby table where needed, I want to add it in this way. Suppose two rows are having the common data, means I mean roll 4 and 8 as per this example. So I want to add them like this, not vertically, rather going for horizontal way. So all the details of roll 4 should be displayed in the in a same row. Suppose this is a record for roll 4 and having some details from the pink table, means student table, and having some details from, it is not pink, I guess it is violet. Anyway, I have a less knowledge on this part, but yeah. So, and the same for Priya. All the details of Priya from both the tables, means Priya's age, Priya's states, and everything, as well as Priya's hobby, will be displayed in B in a same row. That is my motive actually. But you cannot achieve that using union all and whatever we have learned. You cannot achieve that to fulfill this goal. I need all the details of Priya in the first row, all the details of Jerry in the second row, details from both the tables. So what I need to do in that case, let me write the query. So let me delete it. So in that case, I can write something, select star from student, comma, student hobby. If I write both the table in a separated by comma, so I will get the combination of all the records from both the tables. So first, let me show you what is the content of these tables. We have 11 students, I guess. Okay, let me make it make the output window large. I guess we have 11. Yeah, we have 11 students from the student table, and from hobby we have 3 persons. So if I write this query and if I run this, it will create 30 combinations. 30 combinations. Sorry, not 33. 11 into 3. 33 combinations will be generated, because computer doesn't have any intelligence. Computer doesn't know how to match those rows from different tables. It will create all the combinations. Let me present the data. So take a look at the below. You can see it is showing 33 rows at the right bottom corner. It is 33 rows. Why 33? Because in student table we have 11 records, and in the student hobby table we have 3 records. You can see here as well, traveling is being added with 11 students, 11 different students. You can see for 11 students, traveling is being added. Same, cooking is being added for, again, all 11 students. So in the similar way, football is being added for all 11 students. If I go below, let me show you. It is being added with all 11 students. Take a look. So I can think it in some other way as well. It is just the visualization of the data. I can simply do like order by role. Okay. Now, another thing, if I run this query, it will give some error. Why? Because role is present from both the table. Role is there in both the table. So it is saying ambiguous column name role. So it is always suggested by the expert, or it is a good practice to use table name dot column name always. Whenever you are using 2 tables or you are joining multiple tables, more than 1 tables, so it is always suggested to use column table name dot column name. Probably you might think like, why do I need if I write S name? Obviously, if you use S name, there is no harm. You can directly execute that. But still, it is suggested, as you are taking the data from 2 different tables together. So it is suggested always to use the table name first, then the column name, if it is needed or not needed. For S name, it is not needed because S name is unique in student table. But if you are using role, obviously you need that. Why? Because role is present in both the table. So it is ambiguous. So better to use table name dot role. Then it will be meaningful, which role you are talking about. But here, let it be, that is a different topic, but still here, let's see, for Anju, the traveling, cooking, and football, 3 items are being added. For Anshul, all 3 hobbies are being added because computer is now puzzled. He doesn't know what to do with this data, how to combine this. He has no idea, like I need to match role with role. So this is basically, this is being called, so again, it is 33 rows. I am just visualizing data in different way. So basically what it is doing, it is just creating the combination, all possible combination of the records from both the tables. So in general, theoretically, this term is being called as Cartesian products. Okay, it is being called as a Cartesian product. So means it is creating all the combinations. So now if we add a where clause to this, to just identify which is the meaningful data. I do not need all 33 records. So for traveling, it is not really the hobby of everyone. Traveling is the hobby of role number 4. That means Jerry. Jerry is the correct person who is having the hobby traveling. So what I need to do, I just simply need to match roll numbers with these roll numbers. Where I will get the match, I will pick that up. Here only if you match these 3 fields, role from student table with the role from student hobby table, you will get only one match, that is Jerry's record. For others, it will be mismatched. So if I write something, obviously it is not a good way to write role equals to role. It means computer will be puzzled, even you will be puzzled. If I ask you what this role is coming from student table or student hobby table, you cannot answer. It might be anyone. So it is always suggested to give the table name dot column name. Again here as well, so it is st hobby dot role. So I want to match role from student table with the role from student hobby table. So if I run that, then I will be only getting JD's record from this and Priya's record from this, because 8 and 8 is matching here only. And I will not get any other fields for 50 because there is no such role 50 is available in the student table. So I should get only 2 records if I run this, if I put this where clause. So out of these 33 combinations, I will only get, 2 records. If I execute that, take a look, I got only 2 records, 2 valid records, I will say. So this where clause, you have to think on which fields you need to put it. So basically this part will be giving you all the combinations. And if you run this, you will be getting the valid records. So here I am getting all the informations of Jerry, including traveling. And traveling is basically coming from the different table. Same here for Priya, I am getting cooking as her interest. Okay, and cooking is coming from some different table. So these data are being added horizontally, what was being presented previously by me by a picture. So something like that. So this is the functionality of Cartesian product. And if you put a where clause, it will give you the meaningful data. And now if you put something like not equals to, obviously except these 2 records, all other 31 records will be available. Take a look, 31. Take a look at the right bottom corner, you can see 31 rows. So except those 2 valid records, everything else will be displayed. But I will not make you confused. So let me go with the valid data. There is no meaning to go with the invalid data. So now I have 2 valid records. So now I really do not like to write this whole table name multiple times. Always that student dot something, student dot something. I will always prefer to take a short name or nickname kind of. It is alias. So student table will be named as S and hobby table will be named as H. So I can use a shortcut, H dot role. So it is a good practice as well. And I am a lazy person, so I do not need to write the full table name as well. So I am maintaining both. Even I am maintaining the best practice, like mentioning the table name dot column name. So now if I run this query, it will give me the same thing, obviously. Now, what is join? Today's class was about join, I have told you. But till now, I have done Cartesian product. So Cartesian product with where clause is same with the join. Let me show you. If I write the same query, instead of comma, if I put join, and instead of where clause, if you put on, it will give the same result like join. Let me run both. So look, both are same. So join is nothing but Cartesian product with where clause. So we will more focus on this part, join. So you can name it as join, you can name it as inner join, everything is same here. Let me present the data again. So inner join. So everything, all three queries will be giving the same, exactly same output. Take a look. Okay. So, but still, I will be mentioning this as inner join because basically join are four types. So one of these is inner join. What else we have in join? We have left join. Either you can name it as left join or you can name it as left outer join. Anyone, anything. So if I write instead of inner join, if I write left join, what will happen? In case of left join, the table is on the left, means student table is on the left of the in the joining condition and student hobby table is on right, obviously. You can change the place as well, but for the time being, student table is on the right, on the left. So if I write left join, so all the data from the student table will be appeared in the output window. So if I run that, so all the data from the student table will be visible in the output window and corresponding data in the right side table, obviously it will be null. Let me present the data. Take a look. George, Krish, Michael, they do not have any interest or any hobbies. That's why this part is becoming null. Again, here Jerry is a valid record. She has interest, she has a hobby. So the data from both the table is available. But Jacob, Maria, Suraj, they do not have any interest. So the corresponding part in the right table is null. But as per the rule of left join, everything will be visible from the left table. Now, if I write the right join in this query, suppose let me write right join, or you can name it as a right outer join as well. So let me write right join. So what will happen? All the data from the right side table, that is ST hobby for the time being, ST hobby is being placed on the right side. So all the records from the ST hobby table will be displayed in the output window. So if I execute this, take a look, all the data from the right side table is being available. It is not, now you cannot see the data, remaining data from the left side table because I am going with the right join approach. So whether it is matched or not matched, everything will be, all the data will be available from the right side table. So roll number 4 and 8 data are matching. We have some corresponding data in the student table, so I can see them. But for the extra record from the right side table, like 50 and football is not having any corresponding or any linked record in the student table. So I can see all the values as null. So what to do now? What is next? So we also have a thing like full outer join. What is full outer join? Let me copy the query once again. You just need to change the name of the join. So instead of right, I can write full outer join. So full outer join means all the data from the left table, whether it is matched or not matched, all the data from the right table, whether it is matched or not matched, means everything will be displayed in the output window. Just take a look. So this record is matched, which is there from the both the table. All the null fields here, all the null fields data are from the left table. You can also see the data from the right table as well. So everything will be visible if you go with full outer join. If you have any doubt, you can, or if you having any question, you can write it in the comment box. I will try to answer that somehow in the comment box, or I will add some extra classes for that. So you can ask me if you are having any doubt. But yeah, so these are 4 examples of the joins. 4 different types of joins are available. So inner join, left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Inner join and join are same basically, but I will always prefer to write inner join instead of join. So if you have any doubt, so you can create your own data and you can play with that. Probably that will make the things easier. Okay, so let me make it, let me suppose do something else. Let me show you some more examples so that you will be feeling more comfortable with the join. So one another example, suppose I have the student table and I want to see the highest marks from each table. So from student table, we already know how to fetch the highest mark from each of the states. So I can write group by states, and I can simply write states, comma, max mark. So it will fetch me the corresponding state name and maximum marks. And I do not like this null value. So what I will do, I will simply just discard this null value where states is not null. We already know how to handle null as well. If you do not know, I will request you to check previous 6 classes. So I am trying to make this lesson as like it is not based on any academic syllabus. It is not, as I always say, it is not based on any job interview purpose. If you really like the SQL thing, if you really want to know the database parts, then this is for you. It might be a never ending playlist. I will try to upload always something what I will learn from the industry. I will try to portray it here. So that's why I am trying to create it in a way. So if you start from the chapter class 1, class 2, and gradually if you proceed, that will help you. So we have already covered is not null part in previous class. So if I execute now I will not get that null record. So good 6 records is now visible in my screen. So, but if anyone requires the topper's name, the person name or the student name who got the topper from his or her state, what should we do? So in that case, let me check the original data. If I write select start from student, let me execute both of them. And let me enlarge the output window. So take a look. From California, 65.50 is the highest marks, but we have 3 people from California. Take a look. Krish, Michael, and Jerry. But I am trying to mean Jerry here because Jerry is the person who got 65.50, the topper among California people. So if I match state with state, so I will get 3 records. So I need to match state with state as well as this marks 65.50 with 65.50. Okay, this is giving some problem here. But anyway, so this is my intention. I want to match them both 65 with 65 and California with California. Then only I will get the valid record. If I only match California with California, I will get all 3 records. So I need to match California and marks both. Okay, so what I'm trying to mean, California with California, I need to match, as well as I need to match marks from this table with marks from this table. Okay, I forgot to give the column name. You can see no column name here. So I have to give a column name. Suppose let it be highest. let the column name being highest. Let me do that. Where is the query? Just a minute. Yeah. So max marks as highest marks, say something like that. So now the column name is highest. So now I need to match those two. So let me consider this student as S, and I will inner join this table. I will consider this subquery as a table. We have already learned how to handle subquery, but yeah, let me consider it as a table. Let me consider it as a table, a small table, and let me give a name like T. So what I will do now, it will create, if I write this query, or if it means it will create the combination of all the records from both of these table. Though this is not a table, it is kind of a table alias, or it is a subquery, I will say. So we are using a subquery as a table. So what I will do now, I will simply match student table marks with this small table marks, so small table highest. We do not have marks here, as well as I will, the only marks will not be enough. So I will do student dot states with that states from that small table. So if I do that, I will be getting only one record from California. And obviously the records will be available from the other states as well. So for JD, you can see on JD is the only data from the California. All other two records from California is being discarded. So now the data is the query is ready. So instead of star, you can just simply take states from the student table and the name from the student table as well. So star means all columns. We have learned that in the very first class. So I can write s dot states. I do not need everything, though everything is available in your query. You can take as per your wish. So my wish is to take state and name. So it will display state-wise topper name. And from California, Jerry is the topper. I'm not going with the other. So it's the same rule, or the same thing is being implemented for these states as well. But currently I am concentrating on California only. So you can see only Jerry's record is visible in the output window. Okay. So how I did that? So it is something I am comparing marks with marks, highest marks, and state with state. So first I retrieved the state-wise maximum marks, and after that I am backtracking from the real table the state with these marks, and I am getting Jerry's record. So this is another example of join, and believe me, in the upcoming classes as well, I will be frequently using join and group by and subquery as well. So don't worry, you will be able to see multiple things like that. So now what else we can do? We can take it as a new table as well. So this is let me run the full query. So you can also introduce some of the data like s dot marks you want to introduce. You can also introduce s dot hobby if you want, or sorry, hobby is not there. So what else? That's all you can introduce. So let me execute. If you want to get the full set of data, you can use left join as well. So, but I'm not making it complicated for the time being. Let it be inner join. So what else we can do with this? We can put a order by say s name, something like that. So yeah, so Anju Jacob is a ordered by sorted by the name. I can write order by states. Let me show you. Yeah, I can put a where clause as well. Where okay, no, where clause should be placed first, then order by. So I can put a where clause like where I want to see only the marks above 80. So Anju and Maria should be visible. So in that case, I can write where marks greater than 80. Say, if I run that, so it can be used in all possible way. I can use top one in that case. So let me present. So I can do everything with this query. Okay. So join is a simple thing. Join is being used just to add two tables record horizontally. That's all. And after that, you can use anything, order by, where, top, anything I can use. Order by should be the last statement. So I can use like order by states or something like that. So yeah, I can use order by marks even. So, but it is always suggested to use s dot marks, something like that. But yeah, you can use that if it is not ambiguous. But yeah, something like that, order by marks. If I make it descending, it will be descending. So these are not something critical. So probably we are now good with the join examples. So now let me try to portray some of the data, like what can I do? Let me copy the data from student hobby table. Let me copy the inner join thing. Suppose, okay, let me copy this inner join. So I can also make some update in the real table. Suppose, let me, what can I do? What can I do now? Suppose I have, let me create a new table. Let me create a new table. So every day, suppose you receive some data from some place, suppose from some people, suppose some people has registered for Binary World Institute. Suppose, let me create a table for create table uh, registered new students, something students new. Every day, suppose someone is registering for this classes, suppose, though it is free, but still. So, okay, I want it like a role I want to create. There should be a something role. If they have any rolled previous role, they can mention the student name. Let me make it ST name or S name. Let it be. It will be Sevarkar. And marks. It will be numeric. What I can remember, 5,2. So this is a table called student new. So let me create that and let me insert some value. Insert into student new. Let me insert 3 values. Suppose what the marks we have in the student table. Let me check. Yeah. So we have these tables. We have this data. So suppose for, let me target Jerry. Jerry's mark should be from 65.502. I want to make it 75.50, say, or 85.50. So Jerry's record is again Jerry 4, comma, name is Jerry, and her new marks is 86, say 86.5, kind of that. And we have a new person called 11 Pranav, say. So Pranav was suppose wants to change his name to Pranav, suppose something he wants to add a something like Mr. Pranav, say he's or Dr. Pranav, something like that. Suppose someone wants to represent his name like Dr. Pranav. So name should be updated as well as the marks. So Pranav marks was not available there. So his new marks is suppose 82, something like that. And we can also introduce some new people, suppose roll 100, and the person name is suppose Andy. And Andy is having marks like 55, say, something like that. So let me introduce this new data. Okay, something I did wrong. Incorrect syntax near dot. What I have? Okay, I forgot to give values. Okay, I am being forgetful nowadays. But yeah, let me introduce these new records. So now every day, suppose few people are registering. I have inserted only 3 records here, but in reality, it might be more than that. Okay, so whenever there is a matching of data, I will try to I will try to update that And if there is a new data, I will try to insert that. That is my motto. So roll 4 and roll 11 is already available in our table. So I will just update the necessary fields. In here, Jerry's name will be unchanged. Only Jerry's marks will be updated into the original table. And for roll 11, the name and marks both will be updated in the table. And for Andy, it will be just an insertion. So how to tackle this? How to tackle this? So what I will do now, let's take a look. Let me go to the new query window. So select star from student and student new. So let me present the data first. What is happening? Invalid object name. I'm doing anything wrong. Okay, probably okay, students new. Okay, I have the syntax is just little different. Now it should work. Yeah. So Jerry's current marks is 65.50. It should be updated to 86.5. And Pranav's marks is Dr. Pranav. Name and marks both should be updated. In case of Pranav, current name is Pranav and marks is empty. So what should I do? First, I need to fetch the common record. So how to fetch the common record? So let me take both of the tables and let me write inner join in between. And let me take the student table as S and student new table as new, as N, something like that. And I will write the join on the basis of, this is our third example on join. So probably you are now feeling familiar with this approach. So I can write in.roll. I can match roll from new table and roll from the student table. And if I run this thing, it will give me the common records, Jerry and Pranav's. So now I want to see only student table, student name, student table marks means the old marks, new table S name, and new table marks. Let me make it short. I do not want to see everything. So if I run this, so I can see these 4 records, these 4 fields only. So now Jerry's name should be updated with Jerry. These old marks, the student marks should be updated with new marks. Same for Pranav, both the fields should be updated with Pranav and Nal should be updated with Dr. Pranav and 82. So what I need to do, I can make the update using join. So without using select, I have to write, okay, first, this part will be constant. Do not need to make anything. So apart from selecting the data, I will just doing update student table, update S and set S dot S name equals to, it will be n dot n name. So for Jerry, it will not be changed. It will be same, but still I have to write that. And for marks, it will be S dot marks will be updated with new dot marks. Sorry, new dot marks. And let me delete the first statement because I do not want to run it. I do not want to select. I just want to update. So if I run this, it should update the table. Okay, I have done something wrong. Update is set something, comma like this. Okay, I have given a comma inside, so it will be a dot. Now it should work. If I execute, look, 2 rows affected. Now, if I take a look, so take a look, Jerry's record, where is Jerry? Yeah, Jerry's record is being updated with 86.5. I am first, what I'm doing, I am joining these 2 tables, fetching this record and updating this. So everything is being done in a common line. And same for Pranav's. Take a look, Pranav's name has been updated to Dr. Pranav and marks is updated to 82.0. Now this is the query. Every day what I will do, I will truncate the student new table. Every day data will be filled up with the new data. And this is really going to happen in your workplace as well. For each new data, it might be a student database, it might be some retail stores, or every day some new orders or some new students will be coming up there. And what, or some new employees or someone new, some new customers will be installed your application or your app or registered for your website. So those new people, you can if there is any update of the record, because suppose someone wants to change the email ID, so every day there will be new few records in this new table, and you will be running the same query. It will work for all the records. There might be 2 records or 2 million new people. So it will always update those 2 million new people in the existing master table, existing student table. Okay. So now how to fetch the new record here? I can simply write, okay, first let me fetch how to fetch the new record. Means I'm trying to mean Andy's record. Andy's record has no reference because there is no one having roll 100 in the student table. So how to find Andy's record here? So I will simply write select star from student S, inner join students new table, students new table, let it be n on s dot roll equals to n dot roll. So let me run this first. Yeah. So I will do something right join. If I write right join, so all the data from student new table will be available. Take a look. I'm targeting Andy. So I do not need these people, Jerry and Dr. Pranav. I need the new people, that is Andy. So I will mark something like where some field is null. So the thing is, I cannot trust name, I cannot trust age, I cannot trust marks, because you can see for Dr. Pranav, age is already null. So in this case, like when you are trying to fetch the extra record from any table, always go for the joining column, roll. You can trust on roll. You can write s dot roll is null. So probably you are getting the reason. S dot roll is null means this field is null. This roll is coming from student table. I am trying to check if this field is null. Why? I cannot trust on S name. It can be null. I cannot trust on age. You can see age is already null here for Dr. Pranav as well. If I write s dot age is null, so I will get Dr. Pranav's details records as well. So I cannot trust on the age. So it is always be suggested go for the joining field. Means joining field means you are trying to join with n dot roll or s dot roll. So always choose the joining field. It is s dot roll, the key column of this table. So roll is the key column. So here s dot roll is null. Though I have not given you a session on the key, so probably it will be coming in the future classes, a description about primary key, candidate key on those. But for the time being, it will not be required. So if I run this, I'll be getting the details of Andy. I do not need all these nulls. I'm just looking for the data from the new table, student new. So I will only fetch this part. What I will do, I will only write n dot star, means everything from this table. You can also write something n dot roll, n dot s name, n dot marks, the same thing. But if you make it short like me, if you are a lazy person as well, so you can write something n dot star. So if you write this n dot star, you will be getting all the records. Star means all columns from the new table. So this is the table, and you can now simply insert the data into the table. So this query I will be requiring later as well, but for the time being, take a look. So I can simply write student roll column. I will try to insert S name and marks. So I will just simply, this select command will be inserted into the inserted into the student table. If I run this, look, and this record is done. So I will save this query somewhere. I will be using that later as well. Okay. So let me save this for the time being. I might need this query in future as well. So just remember, we have run this. We have done this query for. So this query, these two query is there to fetch the common records from a new table and update it as required, and it is also fetching the new records from the new table and inserting it into the original. So if I execute select star from student, you can see a new record is being inserted as a name of Andy. Got it? So these are the pretty much uses of join. So join is a very important thing. I will say most important thing in your database journey. I can see few people are still struggling with joins after having an experience of 7 to 8 years as well. Okay, so if you are good with join, just a big congratulations to you that you are able to understand the logic of join. So these are the most basic thing. In workplace, you might need to join few tables, means more than 2, more than 3. You might need to join multiple tables like 10 or 12 tables even, or even more than that. So there is no guarantee how many tables you have to join. So I will give you a last example, like how to join tables, how to join multiple tables. Suppose I can create some table in for retail stores. We have dealt with student table so far. Today is the 8th class, I guess. So 8 or 8th class, I guess. So we have dealt with student table so far. So let me try to create some new tables. Suppose create table product. So I will try to create table product, create table users, and I will create a table for orders as well. So there will be some product. Suppose my first project was Levi's in Cognizant. I used to give some examples from that project only, because at that project I was a new like you, new to this database world, and it was random. I didn't have any preparation. I have a wish to work on Java, believe me, but suddenly I came to this world, and everything was new for me at that time. So I was in a learning phase like you. So I think to use the examples of Levi's will help you if I share some of my examples or some of my experience, what I got from Levi's project. So that will be helpful for you. So let me create some data for some Levi's jeans. I will create some product. I will create some users. I will create some transactions like orders, which users orders which product, something like that. So give me some time. I will be filling this data up. I will not wasting your time by just inserting few of the data and creating those tables. So let me pause this class and let me give some time to insert the data. So my tables are ready. So suppose one is product table. Let me run this. Product table will be having some product IDs, product name, price, and category. So if I execute that, so yeah, suppose the famous jeans of Levi's was 501. It was the original fit jeans from Levi's. So suppose I have 4 products in my store. 501 Levi's jeans, the price is uh, $50. 502 is tapered denim blue. 1001 is some t-shirt. 2001 is some shoes of 2021 brand, say. So let me insert few of them. Okay, let it be 2022 because currently we are in 2022. So let it be there. Okay, so now let me introduce some users tables. So whenever you are just logging in as a user for some Amazon or some online stores of Levi's or anywhere, so you will be giving probably user ID, username, email ID, phone number, from where you belongs to. So all the details like that. So we have only 3 users, 4 products and 3 users. Suppose Nick, Raj, Anna. Okay, let me insert those data. Yeah. Now let me create some order table. So what is the order ID? Let it be identity, and the data is starting from 10,000 just to look like a real order. If I give 1, it will not look like a real order. So just for the visual purpose, I am introducing an identity. The product ID, which product is being purchased by whom? What is the quantity? So someone bought 2 pieces of jeans or 3 pieces. So kind of that, what is the quantity? and what is the date of purchase, something like that. So let me create that table as well. Okay, so now let me let me insert some of this data for the order tables. Suppose, let me write insert into orders values. I am not going to mention the order ID. So PID will be, suppose 501, that jeans is purchased by Nick. So Nick user ID is 1, and quantity Nick bought it 2 pieces of jeans, and date of purchase, suppose get date today. Okay, or get date -1 means yesterday. After that, Nick 502 was also purchased by Nick, user ID 1, sorry, the quantity 1, and Nick bought it, suppose 1 month ago. Okay, so let me introduce some other parts as well. So 501 jeans was purchased by Raj as well, user ID 2, and 3 pieces were purchased by Raj at that time, and it was done, suppose 1 week ago. Okay, so let me insert only these 3 data. And okay, no, let me introduce some other thing, like Raj also purchased some of the t-shirts. So suppose jeans 1 jeans, and Raj purchased 3 t-shirts on the very same day. Get that -7. So something like that. So if I insert these 4 data, so nothing was purchased by Anna, and these shoes is not being sold. Okay, it was not purchased by any of the users for the time being. So let me insert this 4 data. Okay, so now let me take a look into the tables, how it looks now. Select start from, okay, just a minute, let me write that. Okay, so I have 3 tables now. So select start from, so if I write first product, what was the name of the other? It was users, I guess, and it was orders. So I have 3 tables now. So this is the 3 tables. So I want to find, suppose my boss is asking for the purchase history from my store. So what I can do, I can simply write here, order table is the linking table. I will be giving a lecture on that as well. What is the type of this table? This table is basically named as uh, measure table, or transactional table, or fact data. Order tables is being generally named as measures. It is named as sometimes fact data, or it is named as a transactional data as well. So I will giving a lecture on that, why it is being called as this name. So similarly, these 2 tables, product and users, are being named as dimension table. These are dimensional data, or these are being called as a master data as well. So because product has no relation with users, product is just holding the product data. Users is just holding users data. It has no relation with product. It has no relation with stores. We can have many other tables as well named store. Store will keep only the store related data. Where is the store is located, what is the opening hours, what is the store number, what is the store name, and those things. I'm not going to create that store table anymore. For the time being, it is enough. So order table is something else. Order table is holding all the links. It is holding the PID, the details of the product. It is holding the USID, that is the details of user. In reality, in real cases, it holds the details of the student. It holds the details of the country. So this is a linking table, I will say. Order table is a link between product and user, and many more dimension or many more master data. So master data are generally independent. I will obviously elaborate more on that. But basically, order table is linking product and user. But for the time being, I do not have any intention on those theoretical parts. I will try to join this table. So obviously, the main table is orders. I can write it as O. I will try to join it like with product table first. I want to see, because this data, if I present this data to my boss, like select star from orders and you will get all the details. So this table is not giving me enough result because I do not know which is the product name, who is the user, what is the bill amount, what is the price. I do not have those informations. So I need to fetch those details from product and user table. So if I do like, if I join these two tables, this is probably the fourth example I am presenting of join. So on inner join on o dot PID equals to p dot PID. Okay, and as well as I can introduce some other table. So I am trying to join more than two tables. In this case, I am trying to join three tables. So inner join users on, again O table is linking. So O dot USID equals to U dot, what is the name? User ID. Okay, so U dot user ID. You have to take a look onto the table, which are the linking columns. So if I run that, I will get everything from these three tables, and from where we have started this class, all the details are being added horizontally. Take a look. This is the up to this data is coming from the order table. After that, this data is coming from the product table, the details related to product. And last not the least, these details are coming from the user table. So now you can choose your data, what you need to present to your boss. So I can choose u.oid, order ID from the order table. I can choose p.p name. I do not have any interest on the product name. So p.p name. I want to choose u.u name, the user name. I do not have any interest on the user ID. I do not have any interest on the email ID, phone number and all. So I can present that data. And apart from that, I can choose p dot price of the product and o dot quantity. Okay, it was QTY, sorry. So if I run this, it will give me a good set of data that I can present to my boss. Okay, something o dot ID was wrong. Okay, I have written u dot something. So o dot OID will be there. Okay, so if I run this query once again, it should give me the correct result. Take a look, it is good. So now, even what we have learned from the first class, I can even multiply these two. After joining, it will behave same. I have just presented that idea in the last example. Like I can do order by, I can do top, I can use a where clause, anything I can use. So if I execute this, so take a look, it is a bill amount. So I can present it as a bill, Okay, so if I run this, so it will give me a good set of data and it is presentable to my boss. Even I can add some of the field as well when it was purchased. O dot, what was the name of the field? A purchase date, DOP, I guess, date of purchase. Let me find. Yeah, date of purchase is already also there. So you can use the fields as per requirement from your boss. So this data I'm going to save as well, because I will use this data later as well. Okay, let me find where I have stored that. Okay, let me store it here for the time being, because I will be requiring this query in future. So the last part for today's class, I forget to mention that I can also delete few of the data. Suppose I want to mean the last, I will take another 2 minutes probably. So here I have updated one data. So similarly, I can delete a data by joining the table. What can I do? Instead of update again, I can delete Andy's record. Suppose I want to write delete. I want to delete it from the student table, or I can delete it from the new table as well. But let me delete it from student table for the time being. So first, let me take a look what is there if I write select star. So always do that. Always first write select statement, then do the delete or do the update. So I'm getting 3 records. I do not want to delete all of them. I just want to mention where roll equals to 100. That data I want to delete only. So let me find if it is giving that data or not correctly. Okay, data role is ambiguous. Yeah, I I have given the lesson that is a good practice to always use the table name, and I am doing the same mistake now. So anyway, so if I run this query, it will be giving me a record called Andy. So now it is fetching the correct record. So now what I do, I will just remove this select star and I will execute delete from S. If I run that, it will delete, it will join and delete the record from the original table. If I run select star from student table, it will be giving me, it will be deleting the Andy's record. You can not see Andy's record anymore. So that's all for join. I will say join is the most important part in your syllabus. So I will prefer, just do not go through this class. I will prefer practice all of them. Practice all of them. And if you are finding any difficult queries related to join, just present that to me. Either you can mail me, you can send a mail, or you can write that in the comment box. I will take a look on that query and I'll try to answer. But I will say take a pause now. Whatever we have done, if needed, revise till now, and then we will proceed further, because we have just done the most important thing in your database journey. Okay, so, and remember one thing, I will be using these two queries in future as well, and as well as this query. Okay, so probably in those classes, I will refer to these queries. So this query will be referred in a view class. I don't know when I'll be able to take that. I do not have any pattern, believe me. How I learned when I was there and how I used to learn it, I means how I used to teach it to my students. So I am following the same way. Okay, and I will be using this reference for the March in future. So it is same like March. I will be using this same example and I will use this query for the class of view in some next few classes probably. Okay, so that's all. Take a pause, revise everything. If any doubt, you can mention that in the comment box. Bye for the day. Take care, everyone.